You have arrived at the Great Expanse by JohnBet426 here on YouTube. Welcome. If you've been watching my videos and you like them, hit the like button. If you want to get more advanced notice of new materials when I release them, hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell for notifications. All, not personalized or whichever one is underneath that, but all so that you will be the second person to know and I will be the voice. So here's my recap, my rehash, my retort, my review of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Episode 5. The title is Wabbity. Mean, green, and straight poured into those jeans. No, I did not make that up. That was really the title. So, basically, the tone isn't action. It isn't excitement. It's basically like Sex in the City with a big green girl. And in this episode, Titania, the one that she beat up with like one punch in the courtroom in the very first episode, is a social media influencer. And she basically tried to get the trademark to the name She-Hulk, and she put out an entire line of beauty products called She-Hulk by Titania. So that's where we are. All right, I'm gonna do the episode first, okay? And then I'll rant, because there's a rant in me. Not a bad rant, but there's a rant in me. So basically, like, they're watching like this L'Oreal Paris commercial of Titania with too much glitter on her face. Looks like her entire head is an amusement park. Like fashion shoots. And one part that was funny, and there were a couple of funny parts. The opening title card, instead of saying She-Hulk Attorney at Law, said She-Hulk by Titania. So it's basically just like the commercial. I thought that was humorous. And dumbness ensues. Jennifer Walters is a square, not to be taken seriously. She's an attorney with no bite. Like, I think she went to the mall with her friend Pearls. I think her name is Nikki, but all she does is wear a whole bunch of pearls. And Nikki looks like $1 million all the time. And Jennifer Walters looks like a hillbilly niece everywhere she goes. I don't get it. I've never seen an attorney out and about in public that looked that tacky. And yes, I'm just talking about her attire. Because that's basically what this is about. This episode was about your attire. And I did notice, I'm not going to lie to you, when she wears that suit, she looks like a crumb bum. She just looks like a total plain Jane crumb bum. Alright? So, I'll say this, okay? I'm going to give this one a B. Not an F like the previous two episodes. This episode was much better than 3 and 4, which isn't hard to do. The acting is a little, a lot of passive-aggressive predictability. Like, oh, I'm not upset about it. And, she's crushing. Like we've only seen that 3 billion times. And this is in no way points against the episode. Because like I said, this might be the best episode of the series. Or maybe it's as good as the first two. Because it's not like I'm going to watch the first two over again, ever. But basically, her friends, Nikki and, I don't remember Josh Segarra's, the attorney's name. No, that's Puglisi, I think. The one with the funny name. They basically tell her about herself. You look terrible, in so many words. So they go to Puglisi's drip broker named Alonzo to get like her a suit made. And when Nikki and Puglisi are like, kind of like, they had this little short segment in the show. I actually enjoyed it. It totally took me out of it being a comic book affair, but I was like, this is tolerable. It has nothing to do with comic books, but just as a show, I was like, I like these two together. So, as I said, Titania is suing She-Hulk for copyright infringement of her name. And She-Hulk gets this attorney. And the line of the episode made me laugh, and I had to rewind it and write down the entire quote. Okay. So the attorney, her last name is Book. I forgot her first name. She said, but if you're going to be my client, this is the attorney talking to Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, whatever. But if you're going to be my client, you need to dress like you respect yourself and not like a football player pleading no contest due to DUI. I cracked up laughing because that sounds like something I would say. That was a great, superb line. The delivery was perfect for comedy's sake. This was easily the funniest thing that I've... Sorry. Philadelphia is going on outside. Sorry about the sirens. Anyway, that line was the funniest thing in Marvel Phase 4. Like, Marvel is not really funny to me at all. In the movies, nothing's funny. This was the funniest thing I've ever seen in Marvel Phase 4. That line was hilarious. And the funny thing is, like, even when I was watching her in her suit as Jennifer Walters and as She-Hulk, I'm like, why does she have this tacky, plain suit on? I was actually thinking that. So the fact that they're addressing her awfulness is kind of funny. So when she comes, another funny thing. When Jennifer Walters goes to court, because like I said, she's being sued by Titania. Titania walks by and says, "Nice suit, Shrek." I thought that was funny. Nice suit, Shrek. And so the drip broker Alonzo... No, I'm sorry. For some reason his name is Luke, but he's like a black, like, Edna Mode from The Incredibles. Except he's nowhere near as engaging as a personality as Edna Mode is from Incredibles. Acting is subpar throughout the episode. Blah, 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 she wins the case. It's not even worth going into. Because like I said, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't comic book related. It isn't action. It isn't thrilling. It isn't exciting. But this was a good, like, Sex and the City meets Marvel episode. Okay? Very underwhelming. A couple of lines that stood out. Yes, I'm gonna call you on it, Kevin Feige. Yes, I'm gonna call you on it, She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Parade of underwhelming men. And what else did she say? She made some other line about men or whatever. You're not getting away with it. No. You're not gonna disrespect men and get away with it on my channel. Nope. And so the episode ends with Luke, like I said, the fake Edna Mode, the black bull with the dreads. He says something along the lines, you can't leave items out in the open, client confidentiality, and Daredevil's yellow mask is in the box. So obviously, I think it's pretty easy to see that we're going to get Daredevil in his black and brown outfit in the next episode, which is one of the highlights of the trailer. I just didn't know the show was going to be this awful, because I was really looking forward to seeing Daredevil. So the fact that Charlie Cox must have consulted this guy for a new suit, it takes a point away from Daredevil. I'm sorry, but it does, because that's stupid. That is totally stupid. That he wanted to get outfitted for a new suit with this guy all the way in Los Angeles, and he's in Hell's Kitchen, New York. That is dumb. That is retarded to me. All right. So like I said, I'm gonna give it a B. The grade B for the episode. Now my rant, and like I said, it's not gonna be a scathing rant, but Marvel, why did you do that to Titania? Why? Why did you take a great female foil to the She-Hulk, somebody who was in Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars, because she's such a powerhouse, and turn her into this weave-wearing, gem eye-studded goofball? Why? Why do you hate people that love comic books so much? Like, I know you make way more money selling movie tickets. I'm aware of that, and I know Marvel, you only care about making money instead of telling good stories. Clearly. But why do you just disrespect good characters? I don't understand. Like, why? So that's it. That's all I'm gonna say about the rant. Like I said, this might be the best episode. Like I said, that line from the attorney, funniest thing in the Marvel Phase 4. The funniest. And they've tried to be funny in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. They tried to be funny in Thor, Love and Thunder. There are a couple of funny moments in Thor, Love and Thunder, but nowhere near as funny as this line. Were there any series that I watched? I think WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I keep wanting to say Falcon and the Snowman from the movie. Loki. Nothing has been as funny as that line. That line actually made me rewind it several times so I could write it down because it's that funny. Anyway, this has been my recap, my rehash, my retort, my review of She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 5. Mean, green, and straight poured into those jeans. And I had questions as to whether or not I was even going to continue this series, but I feel like once I start something, I kind of got to finish it, unless it's so bad that I can't finish the first episode. So that means I'm going to get back to Moon Knight, because I think I watched about 2 episodes of that. And it just got wanky. It didn't get dumb, but it just got really weird. And I just lost interest. And it also means that if I can get past a second watching of Ms. Marvel, episode 1, then I'll watch the entire series of that too. So, like I said, this episode was probably the best in the series, but it didn't make me anticipate the rest of the series. Like I'm even having drawbacks about Daredevil's appearance now. Especially when I know it's for a stupid, goofy reason. You wanted to get new drip. Come on, man. The man is blind. What, did Karen and Foggy tell him this? It's so stupid. And see, Marvel's making things that you don't have to think about, because any sensible adult would say these things. Like, why? He's blind. And Marvel is not for the thinking man. Marvel Comics used to be, but the MCU is not for a person that has a brain. Alright? So this has been The Great Expanse by John Bap 426. Enjoyable episode, okay? It has nothing to do with superheroes or anything, but enjoyable episode. I think that's it. Yep. Peace.